Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Saturday, the 1st of March, 2025, and the first day of meteorological spring. Looks good outside, albeit a little bit hazy this morning. That should clear up quite quickly. We're looking here at the synoptic from midnight last night, and essentially this high pressure is set over most of the UK. We'll just run it until lunchtime today. Very little changes. This cold front, which is weak in the southern part of it, is starting to move slowly down the country, but that's not going to affect us today. And indeed, if we run it through midnight tonight and into tomorrow, you can see it kind of fizzles out, and we're still left with high pressure right across the sort of southern half of the UK. So yeah, looking like a good weekend. The sat pic shows a little bit of fog, sort of London direction, creeping out towards the sort of Lasham area. We might see a little bit of low-level sort of mist and haze and whatnot to begin with, but I'm hoping that's going to clear up quite quickly, certainly by about 10 o'clock, if not 11. Rain radar showing very little in the area. And if we have a look at the rain forecast and run that through from 9 o'clock, you can see there's very little by way of showers developing. And in fact, we should be a rain-free day. The Odium TAF is well out of date. Their METAR is basically saying no wind direction and no wind strength. So they're clearly right at the heart of the high pressure. They've got 100 meters visibility in fog at the moment, overcast at 100 feet, with temperature -2, dew point -2. We're slightly higher up than them. We're a little bit better at the moment. We'll come on to the temperatures here in a minute. Farnborough, they do have a TAF. They're forecasting variable 4 knots, greater than 10K visibility with few at 4,500 feet. 1,000-foot winds to the north and the south of us, variable 5 knots, and 050, 15 knots to the south. And windy are showing a very, very light, sort of gentle northerly flow with a bit of east in it. So it shouldn't affect us too much at all today. The local forecast then, they're suggesting northeasterly winds at about 5 knots all day. Clear skies giving us plenty of sunshine, no chance of rain. Temperatures up to about 8 degrees, which doesn't sound all that warm, but in the sunshine it'll feel a lot warmer. And indeed, it was quite a pleasant day on the airfield yesterday in similar conditions. GFS then, they're also saying about 8 degrees centigrade at lunchtime today, with the dew point down round about 1. Here at Lasham, I'll just refresh this to get the latest. So it's up to about 1.5 degrees centigrade with the dew point down at about -0.5. So 2 degree split there. And looking out the window, or the camera from the south side anyway. This is the latest picture. Just refreshed that for you, and the mist is kind of rolled in. I think as the sun's got up, it's warmed up the moisture on the ground, and it's just lifted into a bit of fog and haze. That should clear reasonably quickly. The sun should burn that back. Sky sight, they're reflecting this low level stuff up to about maybe 10:30, and then quite a rapid lifting with cloud base going up over a period of a couple of hours from about 1,500 feet up to about 3,500 feet. And in that period, we should have some thermal activity. So a bit of local soaring perhaps. And also, if we have a look at top meteor, we'll just take that to sort of 9 o'clock and run it through hour on hour. We can see that by about 11 o'clock, we've got a couple of thousand feet of working thermals. And as the afternoon progresses up to maybe about 3,500 feet, which is quite similar to yesterday. But people soaring at sort of between 4 and 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon with about 3,500 feet cloud base. No times today, just a few to mention. To the southeast of us, we have Oakhanger, which has a rat for the exclusion of UAS. 15 now to the east is Rushmore, That's flares after 10 past 5. And if we go north and west, the nearest one is Welford. Again, that's a RAT, which is for the exclusion of UAS. So we'll just move on now to the local airfield briefing. And we will start with the sort of usual Odium cross section. You can see here Odium have reported an actual, which is very similar to this. They've got fog down on the ground there, and some of it's freezing, and that's gradually going to warm up. So I think up on the hill here, we're 100 feet higher than them. We might pop out of the top of this stuff, maybe around about 10:30, something like that. But what I'm proposing we do is we get the kit out now, so that we're ready to go as soon as it's flyable. The rest of the day, we've got a thermal starting from about maybe 11 o'clock onwards and going right through almost until 5 o'clock, and cloud base up to about maybe 3,000 feet there, maybe 3.5 at best. Very little wind, and nothing else to worry about, just this fog. So the glider bookings then, there's one K-21 on instructional flying, one K-21 booked for aerobatics. I'm sure that both those things will happen today. There's a K-21 on the casual list for club members. There's a K-13 and a K-21 booked for the youth group this afternoon. There are no trial lessons today. I'm going to utilise this K-13 for a bit of instructor training early on, and we'll make that available for Dave Watt and company, who are also doing some instructor training. There's single seat availability on SH2 and SH6. There's one slot each on each of those aircraft. And there's 5 people on the casual list, and including myself, 3 instructors available. So I'm sure we'll get everybody flown today. The simulator is available as per normal. There's no movements to worry about today. The general situation is there's high pressure across the UK, weak thermals from about 11 a.m. through to 4 p.m., maybe a little bit later than that. We're on runway 09 hard. Cables on the boom to the north. That's to the north side of the runway today, and aero towing on the south side. The grass is soft and wet, but it's perfectly usable for landing. It was fine yesterday. I'm sure it'll be fine today. But please still avoid using the wheel brake unless it's absolutely necessary on the grass. And of course, do not land or taxi on the disused runways, which are shown here in red. So here's the airfield setup today. Launch point vehicle will be in the usual place. Winching on the north side, aero towing on the south side, cables to the north, landing on the grass. The wind is northerly with a bit of east in it. And that's it from me today. Please clean the gliders at the end of the day when you're putting them away. Have a great day out on the airfield. Enjoy yourselves, have lots of fun, and please keep it safe. I shall see you out there. Bye.